Hey everyone, happy Friday. I'm Jessica Parks. Welcome back to my page. My page here is dedicated to small business owners and network marketers that are bringing their business online. Today, I have my good friend and mindset coach, Elizabeth Nader, with us. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you?
Hey, Jess, I'm great. Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. And so I asked Elizabeth to come talk to us today a little bit about mindset, because we always talk about how important mindset is in business in general. But Elizabeth's going to talk to us for a few minutes about growth mindset, right? Because the big thing in having a successful business is your capability to actually grow that business, right? Whether we're talking about revenue, but we're also talking about recruiting people and actually building an organization. So we're going to talk about that. And then Elizabeth also has something to share that she is going to be doing actually tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that as well. So Elizabeth, how you doing?
Yeah, good. I'm great. I'm happy to be here. I love Fridays, right? I love Mondays. I love Wednesdays. I'm one of those weird people that, I love it all. So here we are. But I'm happy to be here. And listen, I have to tell you, my roots are in business, big time, and entrepreneurism. And I actually started my coaching, my mindset coaching, with entrepreneurs, with solo entrepreneurs. So that's my background. That's what I have been, a serial entrepreneur. So I get it. And one of the reasons I shifted to kind of purely mindset coaching and to helping people build a vision and see the truth about themselves is because I got frustrated with entrepreneurs and their constant limiting beliefs that held them back. And we're being waved at. Hello there. Somebody wants to join us. So you're getting photo bombed there, video bombed. I love it. That's so much fun. Live is great. Okay, so this to me became a passion. I'm like, I've got to help people, see past the things that are holding them back, because as entrepreneurs, like, all your stuff comes into play, right? So every issue you have, it's all right there. You're not going to work every week and getting a paycheck on Friday if you don't show up, if you don't deal with your stuff, if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't deal with the things that are holding you back, then you don't make any money and you starve. So there's this impetus that's a little more, I would say, urgent for entrepreneurs and people trying to build something for themselves, that they deal with their issues. So that's a passion of mine. So I'm thrilled whenever I can to talk to entrepreneurs because of that. But you mentioned the growth mindset, and I want to step just back one level from that, because I talk about it as like the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset from the standpoint of results. Okay. And this is the way I look at it. A fixed mindset is one that says, I'm only doing well if I succeed. I'm only doing well if what I do works in this way, whether that's however you're defining success, right? That you made the money, you got the deal, that is the only way that you embrace success. But the truth is, that doesn't happen all the time. The truth is, the entrepreneurial experience, and especially for people that are building organizations, like in a direct sales model, it's a lot of serving. You know that. It's a lot of laying down opportunities and a lot of things where you are building towards a future. If your only mindset is fixed on, A plus B has to equal C, then you're going to stop and get exhausted and think you failed. But a growth mindset, on the other hand, a growth mindset says to me that it's not about the outcome, it's about the effort. It's not about success or failure, it's about learning. And so that everything I do is really forward motion. Everything I do towards my business, I will either succeed eventually at it, or I will learn. So we remove the whole pressure that failure is an end. Failure's not. Failure's a lesson. And we remove the whole idea that it's only X result that means I've done well. We have to step back and see it differently, because when we work for ourselves, we do a lot of things every day that don't always result exactly directly in that moment, either in finances or another person signed up or whatever that looks like. So it's a redefinition, I think, that's really powerful.
And it's really difficult to do that in network marketing, given the environment that you step into, because you have a monthly goal that you want to hit because you want to get that rank advance. And you also have uplines telling you you have to do X amount of calls per week and X amount of presentations per week to get a certain amount of sales. So you have this pressure on you to perform and to hit certain numbers, where most people that are actually stepping into network marketing don't have a previous sales experience or don't have a previous marketing experience. So before actually getting to that point where you can say, okay, I'm going to do this, this, and this to get this, you have to take a step back and say, wow, I actually need to learn a whole new skill set. And I think in this industry, we brush over the fact that those things are real, and we actually have to spend time learning those skill sets.
That is such a valid point. And if you come from a sales background in corporate America or small business, you forget that other people don't know that. And a lot of people who absolutely have the skills to get into network marketing and do well, they don't understand what a sales funnel is. And I want you to think about a sales funnel for a moment. A sales funnel actually honors the process. It doesn't focus just on the result, because a sales funnel says, it's a matter of numbers, right? That I need to make effort here in order to get so many to go to the next level, and eventually now, however big that funnel is, they're closing or either a sale or you have a new sign up or whatever you define. But a sales funnel by its very existence honors the effort that goes into it to finally get to the close. So if you don't understand that and you're only focused on the close, you're not even honoring yourself for understanding that work that's going into each level is worthwhile and meaningful, and that's a goal that you can say, I hit that, I made this many calls, I sent out this many emails, I did this many presentations or parties or whatever your deal is, right? And so your point is excellent, that we don't do a good job of telling new entrepreneurs that there's a sales funnel and it's meaningful. And by the way, they work. They really do. They work if you work them, but that each step of them is honorable and effort that's meaningful, because when you give up because you didn't get to the bottom of the funnel right away and you're done, that's failure, right? That you quit. But when you recognize that what you did this week was actually, in the funnel, moving things down, then you feel a sense of accomplishment and success.
Absolutely. So in dealing with the entrepreneurs that you were coaching in the beginning, what do you think was the most common mistake that people would make mindset wise, and that you had to help them through the most?
You'll be surprised at this. Fear of success.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. And I am sort of enamored with this fear, right? Like, it fascinates me.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
So we know the fear of failure because it's obvious, and we all deal with it however we deal with it. And I think, if I ask you to define it, you'll define it. And the fear of failure either makes you stand still or makes you retreat, right? So we kind of have our methods of dealing with it, and we say all the things we say, all the motivational memes about failure. But the fear of success is insidious, and you don't even know it's there sometimes.
No one's talking about it.
No one's talking about it. And that's why I said I'm enamored with it. It sounds weird, but I am. Like, I'm big on fears, understanding them, killing them, getting past them, using them, whatever. So the fear of success is so interesting, because what it does is it actually makes you afraid of what success brings. So go along with me for a second. Success brings change. 100%. You can't argue it doesn't. Success brings change. What kind of change? It depends on what the success is. Does it bring more money? Does it require more time in a certain area? Does it require more commitments? What does success bring to your life? It brings change, right? So we can say all day long that we have these visions, we have these goals, we have these things we want to achieve, but in our mind, we have this chatter that says, but what if I don't really want that? Oh my God, what if I can't handle the money? What if it takes too much time? What if I can't repeat that success? What if they find out I'm a fraud, right? Imposter syndrome. Like, I did it once, but if I can't do it again, then I'm afraid of it. What if it's going to make me, unable to spend time with my family? What if? Now, when you dig into that, what's interesting is I say to people, this is what I saw with them. I said, what is your definition of success, by the way? Because I see you literally pushing success away. Like, the moment it comes to you, you freak out, you implode, you don't even realize it, you procrastinate, you self-sabotage, and you push it away. So what I do with people is ask them to define what success is, because this is eye-opening. So what do you mean? Well, write down, what does it mean to you? And when you do that, a lot of people will find that there is a negative in that definition to them that was modeled to them somewhere in their past. They had a father who was successful, but he was never home. They had a neighbor who was successful and he seemed greedy and inauthentic, right? That they were taught that money is evil. So when they start to define success and realize that they actually see negativity in it, which is why in their subconscious they're pushing it away because they're actually, I don't actually want to be that, or I'm afraid. I see successful people who can't handle their money. And so I'm afraid that if I actually get there, I say out of my one side of my mouth, I want success, I want financial freedom. But if I actually get there, I might not be able to handle it. And it's fascinating because that's when we see, well, what is your definition of success? Why are you actually pushing it away? And then we can get to the limiting beliefs. And I want to give you just a visual. All right. So are you a downhill skier? I don't even know that. I should know that about you.
Me?
Yeah.
I've never been on skis in my life.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You're a smart girl. Go along with me here. So you're a downhill skier. Let's go with that. Okay. So you're going to go to exactly. You're going to go down a black diamond. You know what that is? Or a double black.
I do.
Okay.
I know what that is.
You know enough to know that. So you're going to do it, right? You're going to conquer this, right? Just like entrepreneurs, we're going to conquer our goals. And you're going to go down this hill and you start going down this mountainside and you go faster and faster. You're not falling. You're actually doing it. But all of a sudden, it's coming faster and faster and faster. And your head starts to play tricks with you and says, oh my God, you can't handle this. I can't, it's happening too fast. So what do? We throw ourselves down. We stop our forward momentum. We take ourselves out of the game. We probably would have made it. There's a good chance we would have. Who knows? We'll never know because we throw ourselves down. And skiers will do that like when they're on a new hill, right? Yeah. And then, and so that is the fear of success. It wasn't a fear of falling. It was a fear that you couldn't handle it. It's like a difference that's sort of, do you see? So this is where I've
said it to myself. I've said to myself, like things are starting to rock and roll or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know if I want this responsibility. Like, am I not like, do I really want this extra responsibility right now?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And so stop and think about when you do that. And you've said it maybe more out loud in your head, but a lot of people do it unintentionally and they don't realize it. And so what do we do then? So what do we do? So we've got to look at what scares us about success, what change we think we can't handle, and develop a plan. So for example, if you think success is going to require all this extra time of mine, right? And I don't want to do that. Come up with a solution for that. Where will you sacrifice? Who will help you? If you're worried you can't handle the money, get help, right? Get someone like you, get someone that can say, no, this is what you need to do. Here's another thing that's really interesting about the fear of success. More success brings greater visibility every time, which the great thing is that means you have more people to serve, which is what we want to do, right? We want to serve more people, but it brings greater visibility. A very common fear is I don't want to be seen because guess what? With greater visibility comes greater criticism. Right. And in this world, the trolls come out, however that looks like, whatever your space is, right? So like right now, we're both live on Facebook and, nobody's watching, 100 people are watching, doesn't matter. We're choosing to do this, but every time you choose to step out, greater visibility brings with it greater criticism. And that's another area of success that people are afraid of. So we've got to unpack all this and find out what your issue is, because it's usually just based in a lie anyway, but you've got to unpack it. That is the number one thing that holds entrepreneurs back 100%.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay. Like usual, as usual, Elizabeth just blew my mind. And hey, listen guys, I hope that this was helpful for you. I don't want Elizabeth to give too much away today because she's a wealth of knowledge. And that's actually going to lead us into the next thing. Elizabeth is doing something very special starting tomorrow. And today is really the last day to sign up for it, right? Because it's going to start tomorrow. Yeah. So it's something called Mindset Reset. Elizabeth, tell us about what you're doing.
Well, that's great. Thank you. And I appreciate you letting me just tell people to get in at the last moment. If you go to mindsetreset2020.com, I am hosting an intensive tomorrow. It was supposed to be in person, but that doesn't happen anymore. So now it's virtual. So you can come, everybody from anywhere. And I'm teaching, as well as I brought in 3 amazing coaches. You'll see their information on the page are going to teach as well. It's all about getting past these things that are holding you back, right? It's all about what is your vision, telling yourself the truth. So it's not just motivational speaking and me getting hyped up, but it's also tools to help you. And ironically, the first thing I'm teaching on in the morning is about fear. And go through a lot of detail on fear, and I talk about fear of success. So it's a great intensive. What's really nice is that you can go back and watch it for 6 months. You can join in tomorrow, sign up for today, join in tomorrow, be there, that would be great. Or go back later, or you can only be in part of it. You get access to all of this teaching, a really nice thick workbook for you to print. And listen, this stuff is life-changing. So I don't expect you to consume it all in one day. I want you to come back, revisit, take notes, do the work. The bottom line is, if you're willing to do the work, you will get past these things. We don't have to live like this. I promise you it works. Be willing to be honest with yourself. Find truth and do the work.
That's amazing. I can't wait to get, I didn't know I was getting a workbook. I can't wait to get the workbook.
Yeah.
All right, phenomenal. Elizabeth, thank you so much for taking your time out to talk to my audience. Guys, if you're just tuning in at the end of here, Elizabeth is a mindset coach, my mentor. She helped us understand how to have a growth mindset. And a surprising topic that we wound up talking about is the fear of success, which is something we never think about. So make sure you watch the video on the replay, and I will see you guys next time on my page. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thanks.